It's that time of year again, it's almost Christmas. And if you have a watercolor artist in your life, you're wondering what to get them, I've got some ideas for you. Let's get started. In this video, I want to share with you my top 5 gift ideas for the watercolor artist in your life. All of the things I'm going to share in this video, I purchased in the last 12 months and added them to my studio. Each one of these items either helped me grow as an artist or just became one of my favorite materials in my studio or helped me share my art in a better way with the world. I'm going to share these items in order from least expensive to most expensive. Okay, let's get started with number 1. The first item in my list is the Linden Art Watercolor Journal. This journal has quickly become my favorite watercolor journal. I absolutely love it. It's 8.5 by 5 inches in size. It actually has 32 sheets of paper, so that gives you 64 pages if you paint on the front and back like I do. It's a really convenient size, fits into my backpack that I bring with me when I go painting outdoors. The paper is 140-pound cold press texture. It's not 100% cotton, which is what I usually paint on, but actually I don't hardly notice that with this journal. It's really great paper. It really holds up well. And yeah, I just really like this journal a lot. I can highly recommend it, and it's affordable, just $17. That's less expensive than most other watercolor journals that I've purchased in the past. So highly recommend, number 1 on my list, the Linden Art Watercolor Journal. Number 2 on my list of great gift ideas is the Meeden Porcelain Studio Art Palette. I actually have another video on my channel about this palette. It's a great buy at just $30 for a porcelain palette. It's a good size. It has 17 wells and 2 large mixing areas. It's not as big as some porcelain palettes and not as heavy, and that could be an advantage. I have found it to be just the right size as a second optional palette here in my watercolor studio. I have other videos about this on my channel. I absolutely love painting on porcelain palettes. Some of the advantages are they're washable and non-staining, and they are usually a really bright white color, so they're great for mixing. And because they're made out of porcelain, they're a little bit heavier, so they don't move around on your tabletop. I also want to mention there's another option, the Meeden 12-inch diameter round palette, which is really similar to the Stephen Quiller palette that I have in my studio, but it's quite a bit less expensive, so you might want to consider that as well. Also remember that links to all of the items I'm sharing about today can be found in the description below this video. The third item in my list is a book. This book is called Painting Light and Shadow in Watercolor. It's by William Lawrence, also known as Skip Lawrence. He's a master watercolor artist. Some of the ideas covered in the book include how to design with light and shadow, how to use overlapping patterns of objects, how to use light to express movement, and other more advanced topics. This is not a book for beginners. I can honestly say that this book has helped me more than any other book that I've read, and it's really helped push me to my next level in my watercolor art. I highly recommend it. Okay, here it is, number 4 on my list. This is a Logan Simplex 40-inch matte cutter. Now again, this might surprise you as a gift idea for a watercolor artist, but I have become convinced that how you present your artwork through matting and framing is almost as important as the artwork itself. So if you're interested in cutting your own mats, Logan is really the leader in matte cutters, and I can highly recommend their products. Again, I'll put links to these products in the description below. And number 5 in my list of great gift ideas for watercolor artists is the Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera. I'm sorry I can't show you the camera in this video because I'm using the camera to shoot the video. That's right, it's a digital photography, still photography camera, but also a really great video camera. This camera cost around $700. This is definitely the most expensive item on my list. However, I think that having a good camera that you can use to take pictures of your artwork is really important. Okay, let's review. In this video, I shared 5 great gift ideas for the artist in your life. First of all, an art journal by Linden Art for about $17. Then a great porcelain palette for around $30 by Meaden Art. Number 3, a really great watercolor instruction book by Skip Lawrence for $42. Number 4, a matte cutter by Logan, quite a bit more expensive at $260. And finally, number 5, the Canon EOS M50 mirrorless camera for around $800. Now, if I wanted to put these gift ideas in a different order, say in the order in which they really impacted my art or how much I use them, how valuable they are to me, to my art career, I would say number 1 could actually be that book. The book was highly impactful in me developing my art career and my watercolor practice. Number 2 would probably be the watercolor palette. I use it absolutely every day. Number 3, probably the camera that I'm using to shoot this video. I love the Canon M50. It's a great camera. Number 4 would be the Linden Art Journal. While I do most of my artwork in the studio, therefore I don't really use a journal that much, when I go out and do plein air or just sketching out of my studio, I use the journal a lot, and it's a great journal. And lastly, number 5, the matte cutter. I don't frame all my artwork, but when I do and I need to cut a matte, the Logan Simplex matte cutter is my choice. If this list of gift ideas has been helpful to you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel. I put out new videos like this about once a week. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.